Good afternoon, YouTube, and welcome to the Fantasy Forecast for Tuesday, May 17th, 2016. Now, I know you're anxious to see results. Let me just go up to history real fast here and show you the results from yesterday that actually ended up coming through. My free play on baseball, we're getting a little bit better. Notice that it was like in the top 20% on free play. You know, it's position 2,600 out of there, so a 132.6 isn't bad when you consider really how the wide variation that we're getting in baseball scores now. For a free play to get to 2,600, the average, if you flip on down there, it was probably around 100 or so. So that was a cash winner yesterday, actually, and I'm going to be very comfortable giving you guys my baseball lines soon. And with enough of the data coming in for the season, my lineups are starting to look pretty good. Now let's get on to basketball. You can see these scores. You can compare on the side if you zoom in later, guys, like which provider they correlated to. But there was one that stood out, and that'd be mine. And to be quite honest, this one would have done even better. This was my recommended lineup to you guys 2 days ago on this 2-day slate. I said take Curry and Lowry. If it had been Westbrook and Lowry, and they were the same price, Westbrook pulled up a little bit above 60. This would be a 330. This score would be insane. It would be a 330. So Waiters, Ross, they're not the best performers. So sometimes that's why you punt, to put in everyone else you can. We did expect a little bit more out of Golden State, to be honest. So Curry, I expected him to be around that 60, 65 point level and not really so much Westbrook, and depending on the home court. And I think that will switch again tonight. I think that last night they got their steal, and it took a lot out of them to do it, but they got it. They can let Golden State, they're still going to fight, but they can let Golden State win tonight if Golden State outplays them. They don't have to push themselves to the limit because they now have home court advantage. I projected Steven Adams around 35 points. He put up 33.4. They're still undervaluing him. I don't understand why they do that. He's the big man that's playing the minutes. Cantor will get some minutes too, and they'll even double team at some point with both of them in the court at the same time, but it's just, I don't understand. Patrick Patterson is still way too cheap. He still gets tons of run. He got 29 points in that lineup. Justice Winslow was too cheap, but Miami's out of it, and there you go. The 315 is the optimal score that I gave you guys 2 days ago. Let's go to the one that's running. Let's go to live. Now you can see I have all these ones from yesterday. You can kind of compare again. 153, 163, 221, 267. The Curry Westbrook one. Remember how I said if you want to get them all in and you wanted Durant and there was one with Durant and James too. I guess that one's up here. That one's running at 153. What else is on it, though? I mean, honestly. Oh, well, that doesn't look so bad. Look, you got Westbrook, Durant, Ibaka, and Cantor. That actually looks like it could be a pretty good lineup. You guys never know. My recommended one to you guys was a little bit lower than that, I'm sure. Let's see. What did I recommend? I think I left 2 entries on it to make sure I remembered. Yeah, and I put cash down, too, to make sure. Sometimes you have to put cash down to make sure you remember. See, if I'd taken if I'd gotten him in instead and Westbrook, another 15 points, I'll be taking that because that gets me so close to that dividing line. But I've got a lot of salary still running on. I got Irving, Smith, and James. Speak's going to hurt, though. Even at minimum price, you need 14, 15 points out. That's a 15-point difference. Adams is a little bit of a value, but Ibaka is about even. Durant was about even. Waiters was a little bit below even. So in order to balance out Speaks, I'm going to need an amazing performance from Irving tonight to keep me cashing, or from J.R. Smith, both, or along with LeBron having a good day. And that's to cash a GPP, though. In terms of winning cash itself, a 50-50 line, this could probably pull it out still. So that's the current live scores. And then let's go on what we have upcoming today. Here's your first optimal lineup. This is RotoWire, guys. RotoWire is projecting this, well, let's just go into what they've got. We've got Westbrook and Curry at the point guards. Is that correct? No way that's correct. How is that correct? It is correct. Westbrook and Curry at the point guards. Westbrook is projected at 56 points and Curry is projected at 50 points. So Westbrook is projecting better for the same price. J.R. Smith is projecting at 23 points. Terrence Ross is projecting at 12 points. They're using him as a punt to get everything else in. Durant is projecting at 55 points, also another good value if they're correct. Barnes is projecting at 22 points. We got Kevin Love at 35 points, and we've got Serge Ibaka at 30 points. So kind of close there, but Serge Ibaka definitely the better value if he could pull up 30. And we have Steven Adams at 30, who is the best value on the board at more than 6 times. Sorry, I'll scroll that up to make sure you guys can see that there. You got Steven Adams, okay? And that's RotoWire, and they're projecting this at a 314, guys. It's a high score, 314, okay? Higher scoring games are going to dictate that your scores end up being higher, though, so remember that. Okay, this is RotoQL. They've added a real interesting statement in there. It says that, you know, if you haven't paid for premium features, you're going off default projections. You should be using someone else's projections. Well, I entirely agree. You should be doing a little bit of analysis instead of just going right off the back end of what you know, what's there. So, stuff it up your ass, RotoQL. We got Curry and Irving in the point guard positions. Curry is projecting at 53, and Irving is projecting at 38. If they can't give us a good base, they're not worth buying as a service, and that's just my opinion. Like here, shot guard Norman Powell. And I've told you guys about this a while. We already know who we can take that will get some minutes at minimum. Do you see anyone else here, guys? Randy Foye, maybe if it's a blowout. But who's going to get some damn minutes for sure? Terrence Ross will get some minutes, and Andre Robertson will get some minutes. Take your pick. Seriously, either one, guys. But don't take freaking goddamn Powell. Jesus Christ. They're projecting Powell at 29 points, and it's never, ever, ever going to happen. Alright, so I think I'm still in it here. Yeah, because I changed it, which is good. Because it's now going to shoot to the top, and then I'll have to deal with that. Every time you change a lineup, it changes your order. But I just wanted to prove a point to you guys. Dion Waiters isn't bad. They're projecting him at 25 points. I don't know if he'll get that high, but he's getting minutes. LBJ is projecting at 52 points. Kevin Durant is projecting at 48 points. Kevin Love is projecting at 35 points. Channing Frye is projecting at 17 points. Enes Kanter is projecting at 31 points. Now, I'm not really the hugest fan of Enes Kanter, but he still gets about a fantasy point per minute on average, and if he pulls out 23 to 30 minutes somehow, that is within the realm of possibility. I'm not going to say that's out of the question. They just normally turn to Adams a bit more, and that's just what they do. So, and that's RotoQL today. They had a projection of 329, but remember that includes 29 points for Powell. So I changed that out to Robertson, and take your other pick on the minimum punt there, Terrence Ross. It's probably around a 315, which was right in line with RotoWire I gave you guys a second ago. All right, so now we're on to this one probably because it's now been all mixed up. Sorry about that, guys. But I did this more of a smart way this time. Let's make sure. Yeah, this is Daily Fantasy Cafe. Total projection is 306. We've got Kyrie Irving and Westbrook in the point guard positions. Irving is projecting at 39 points. Westbrook is projecting at 55 points. We got Robertson and Klay Thompson in the shot guard positions. Robertson is projecting at 17, and Klay is projecting at 37. We got Harrison Barnes and LeBron James at the small forward. Barnes is projecting at 21. LBJ is projecting at 47. We got Ibaka and Love at power forward. Ibaka is projecting at 26. Love is projecting at 36. And at center, we've got Steven Adams down there at the bottom, and he's projecting at 28 points for them. Their whole line of score comes out to 306. Projected. These are projected. Okay, and that was the last one I think I had. Wait, there's one that says Westbrook and Curry with Ross. Oh, yes. Okay. This was Daily Fantasy Nerd today, guys. But this one matched up with what I thought was a pretty darn decent cash entry. So, and you could even take it as tournament because that's how my cash versus tournament last time worked out. The cash versus the tournament in the last video, the cash lineup is looking killer right now, whereas the tournament one, the one that I reviewed in results that's live, isn't looking so hot because of those things I pointed out earlier. I'll go back and I'll review the other one in a second so you can see it again. But we got Westbrook and Curry that I had recommended for cash, and this is also the optimal lineup for Daily Fantasy Nerd. Westbrook is projecting at 57 fantasy points. Curry is projecting at 54 points. We got Terrence Ross at shot guard, and that could be swapped with Robertson. It could be. I don't believe this is it's a quad stack. You can't. You've got to take Terrence Ross here. So Terrence Ross, and he's projecting at 13 points. You got J.R. Smith and Harrison Barnes. Smith is projecting at 23 points. Barnes is projecting at 22 points. You got Kevin Durant and Serge Ibaka. Durant's projecting at 56 points. Ibaka's projecting at 27 points. We got Kevin Love and the other power forward, and Steven Adams for center. Love is projecting at 35, and Adams is projecting at 29. The total lineup score for, and this is the projections that come from Daily Fantasy Nerd, and it's free for a one-timer. So, and they're projecting it at 316. And I would have projected a similar total myself for cash. So, and I think that will win it. Now on to my tournament lineup. This is my tournament lineup for you guys. Take Westbrook and Irving at the point guard positions, because I think Irving could be like Lowry was two nights ago. He could just, with a lot of rest on his hands, it's a Cleveland quadruple stack, guys. You're taking Cleveland to crush the tired Toronto with the fresh legs. And then you're also taking OKC to just beat Golden State again on their home court again. They're just a better team, and the Golden State hasn't adjusted. Instead of Curry, you take Westbrook. You know what I mean? You got Westbrook in there. You got Irving. You've got Schumpert when Cleveland gets the lead and they stick him in for a few extra minutes to pull his 18 points or value, which you need to put this together. You got Robertson in there. Same thing with OKC. They'll end up pulling up a decent lead this time or keep it close, and he'll still get minutes. I mean, he's shown that every single game he's getting minutes. They played, down and behind and then close, and let's see what he pulled. How many minutes he get? 21 minutes, guys. Not as many as when it's like a blowout, the 33. But I'll take an 18-point performance at 3,500. That's fine with me. That is. For a punt, absolutely. Kevin Durant and LeBron James at the small forward positions. They are the best small forwards tonight. We all know it. It's a question of if you can afford it. Kevin Love and Patrick Patterson. Power forward, I think people are going to punt down lower, and you don't want to punt down lower than Patterson. Channing Frye doesn't get enough minutes. Patterson gets a full run. You want to try to find a way to fit, which makes it very hard, because if you end up blocking these four positions, you can see what I mean. It really limits your options there. But that's where I see tournaments going. And Cantor at the center, because he'll get enough minutes again, and it holds the lineup together so that you can hold the big men. You got Westbrook and you got Irving going on that shot that he's going to do better than Curry. Basically, that's a shot on Irving puts up more fantasy points than Curry. And it's like, whoa, really? And it's like, yeah, really. Because then it makes the rest of the lineup work too. You get Love and you get... So, anyways, there you have it, guys. That's Fantasy Forecast for... I'll show you the baseball real fast. Why not? It's just... it might be live already. Let's see. Yeah, I ran this for baseball. You guys can see. Don't know where it's at exactly, but it says 4th and 20. I got Scherzer, Waiters, Goldschmidt, Dozier, Polanco, Mikado, Sano, Kemp, and Upton Jr. We'll see what happens. Never know. Baseball is a little bit... I'm still working on it, which is why I don't really advertise it. But let's get on to DraftKings, where I have money down on tonight's lineup. I believe you like tonight's DraftKings lineup. Okay, guys? I worked hard to try to get a better one here, and I even put money down. So you can see I have upcomings, and they're actually paid for, double up, and beginner, because I still qualify for beginners, so I'll take them. We'll just don't know if they do much better, but I have Curry in the point guard position, Schumpert in the shot guard position, because I'm expecting Cleveland to do better, Durant in the small forward position, and Patterson for Toronto in the power forward. Bogut at the center, who's getting better and is showing more minutes now. I mean, at least they let him play last time. I think he'll put up more this time and do a little bit better performance. Westbrook, you need him at the guard position. Iggy at the forward position. And Robertson, who is getting minutes, like I said, for OKC at the utility player. And it fits perfect, guys. So I'm really liking the DraftKings lineup tonight, guys. All right? So that's your optimal FanDuel and DraftKings lineups for today. I don't have projected ones for DraftKings, guys. I'm sorry. There's only so much I can fit into in a day. Thanks you all so much for your support. I really do love each and every one of you. Thank you. I love the positive comments. I try to reply whenever I can if I have time. It's difficult to stay on top of everything. Definitely follow me on Twitter at MikeMiller78. It makes it a lot easier for me to tweet you a last-minute lineup change if I find out someone's out, for some reason. And that's just pretty much it, guys. Definitely subscribe. These videos get put out late for 2 reasons. 1, I need to know about last-minute injuries. And 2, it takes YouTube a couple hours to get ads up on them. So you guys all that watch them right before the lock, you all get to watch it ad-free right on through, which I think is perfect. All right, so enjoy. Definitely subscribe, though. The subscribers still help me. So, if you enjoy these videos, if you're making some money, if you made $315 off of my lineup from 2 nights ago, or even switched in Westbrook and got a $330, I would love it if you could hook my daughter up. The description is in the video. She was trying to raise money before the first for her to go to a really expensive school for her camp. She got offered admission and she got offered a scholarship, which is pretty impressive. I'd love that, guys. I don't ask for any other tips or anything else. This is all free. Just please subscribe and, love, kindness, and go out there and go win some big money on this Tuesday. Thanks so much. Enjoy the fantasy forecast. I hope you did. Bye-bye.